A high court has ordered that some $8 million be awarded to two mentally ill St. Lucia prisoners. Here in the Ancillary community is where it all began in 1995. The community was rocked by a double murder committed by Anthony Henry. Henry, who was jailed for decades, was recently awarded some $3 million by the High Court due to the violation of his constitutional right to personal liberty. Now, while the government may not challenge the High Court's judgment, they may, however, take the amount to task. That's according to National Security Minister Govt Francis.
I want to sympathize and empathize with the families of the two persons who were killed in Ancillary. I can tell you that's very, very close to my heart. I know the children of the deceased.
National Security Minister Govt Francis disclosed that while the government has no issue with the court ruling, it may appeal the millions in damages.
I think we are going to look at appealing this matter, not on the merits of the case, but on the quantum that was given to those individuals. But otherwise, we have to respect the judge's decision, and it just is a lesson for us that we have to take our prisoners at bodily much more seriously.
Francis Noel was the other prisoner awarded millions. Both men were held at the Bodily Correctional Facility on the basis that they were unfit to plead due to mental illness. Francis believes that there should be a separate institution at the facility to house prisoners of unsound mind.
We are between the devil and the deep blue sea. Is that if we were to send those persons to the mental wellness center, I can tell you it's going to be panic. The nurses are not going to work, and rightfully so, because they might figure that they are not trained into dealing with violent persons like that. And so they would want police protection and so on. So I agree with them 100%. But what do we do? I think that we have sufficient numbers there that we need to look at an area within the facility of Bodily and deem one of those buildings a mental wellness center.
The National Security Minister says that the system has failed as it pertains to the handling of mentally disturbed prisoners.
We should have been following up. Everybody should have been following up. The courts, the prison officers, the Minister of Home Affairs, and so on. We have failed, but we need to do better.
The High Court argued that the prisoners' right to personal liberty was breached because there was no follow-up on their mental status to determine whether they were fit to stand trial. While the public awaits an update for the government's decision to appeal, the families of the slain victims have since cried foul over the court's judgment. From the community of Ancillary, Gina Filippi reporting for the HTS News Force.